WMER2 News' Ray Strickland spoke to a survivor about her experience and how the legislation will better protect child sex trafficking victims. Ray?
Yeah, Kelly, the legislation you're referring to is called Safe Harbor. It's a bill that would prevent child sex trafficking victims from being charged with prostitution and instead would focus on giving them the services they need.
There are actually still 20 states in the country where children can be arrested for prostitution.
So I think that there's a lot of myths about human trafficking, right? So I think when people think about human trafficking, they think about movies and, young girls locked up underneath, sheds and, held up for years and that kind of stuff. And that is actually not, the case. It's not a movie. It's not like that at all. It's not very dramatic. In fact, it's kind of quite the opposite. A lot of times these girls are, runaways. They've run away from home, or now we're seeing a lot more on the internet being groomed by, older, horrible people.
So when I first got here, I came here on 4 different probations in 4 different counties. I was a high school dropout, and I was in and out of jail since I was 9 years old.
I believe that without the Safe Harbor law, a lot of the victims that have been impacted by child sex trafficking would remain in DJJ. A lot of them go there until a human trafficking screening tool is assessed and it's verified that they have indeed been victimized. And without the law, that as a component of it, a lot of these kids would wind up in jail.
I think with every new intake that we get, I personally make a mental note that the first 3 months are the hardest. I don't think any of our girls typically want to be here. Really, in their first 3 months, they're always, they want to be back to. Sometimes they want to be back to where they were. Sometimes they want to be, outside with that freedom and able to make decisions that they've not made well in the past.
I'd say about probably 85% of them have ran away, and every single one of them have come back. Normally when they run away, our proper protocol is to identify who it is, obviously, because this is an ISO facility, and then also call the police, but a lot of the time we're also running with them.
Within the first 3 days I was here, I just didn't want to be here. I was kind of in the mindset where I just wanted to go back home. And so I decided to hop the back fence and take off in the woods. And there were these officers that came after me.
I have to say the sheriff's department is very much a partner in this, because if those girls get too far out, we need the sheriff to really come and help and partner with us and help her de-escalate.
When I got back here, they were just so welcoming. Like, they didn't judge me because I decided to run. They just talked to me like they wanted to be there. They helped me through the process that I needed to overcome and see why I need to be here.
I think one of the things that sets a safe house so far apart from other programs that our kids could be in, like residential programs, juvenile detention centers, or foster homes, is that is such a priority for us, is safety. And another huge piece is how trauma focused we are, whereas other places sometimes really are just a place for the kids to sleep and to live. We are wrapping them up in a trauma focused and a therapeutic focused setting.
So people with trauma would benefit most with equine therapy. First of all, because depending on what the trauma might be, you and I would look at that person and we could have a predisposition on how we might handle things. Where with the horse, they don't really care about where you've come from. They don't look at you and judge your trauma. They don't judge where maybe some of the things that you're feeling inside are coming from. They are going to give you the most honest approach in learning how to function in life again once you have a traumatic experience, or maybe you are experiencing PTSD from something.
So horses feel what you feel. So when you go up to them, if you're scared, they're going to be scared. If you're upset, they're going to be upset. So they feel how you feel. I do feel comfort when I'm around them. Like, I could be in a very, very bad negative headspace, and when I'm around them, my whole outlook just changes.
Well, I think a lot of the reason we do culinary, it's like taking a life skill and making it therapeutic, is because for a lot of these girls, they didn't grow up cooking and being taught how to cook, and it wasn't sit-down dinners weren't a part of their lives growing up. And for people I know that love to cook, it's their love language. It's how they show love. It's how they express, and builds community, and so.
Juvenile history follows you. I applied for an apartment and they denied me because of my juvenile history, and I wasn't expecting that to happen.
They shouldn't be treated as criminals, and it's not going to do anything for our criminal justice system long term if we keep throwing children into jail type settings instead of teaching them, helping them learn better ways, and giving them therapy and guidance and all that other the things that we give here.
Now, because of this program, I have my GED, equivalent to a high school diploma. I'm enrolled in college, and my probation is all terminated, and I got a job. So I'll be attending college for my AA degree and my BS degree in criminology. And as soon as I get my BS degree, the program director, CEO, said that I have a job on campus. So I can come back, and my goal is to come back and work here as a VA staff.
This program means family. Because of most of the girls who come here and most of the people who work here, we're kind of family oriented. So, and that's the biggest thing I feel like they struggle with. All of us do. Sometimes most girls come in here and they want a family, and they come in here and they kind of categorize us in all this group with all the other group homes, and so that's the biggest thing I would say.